Welcome to CoinGeek's year-end report for our coverage in the Philippines. As we say goodbye to another year of innovation, collaboration, and technological strides, we will revisit events that shape the blockchain landscape in this country. From blockchain conferences to AI symposiums, our lenses have captured pivotal moments, insightful conversations, and groundbreaking revelations. We've been your eyes and ears at the forefront of technological evolution in the Philippines. Join us as we relive the excitement, celebrate the victories, and embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. This is the CoinGeek Year-End Report. We kicked off the year with a bang at the Southeast Asia Tech Week hosted by Digital Philippines in collaboration with the British Embassy.
I think we're in a really interesting and exciting time for the Philippines, actually. The ecosystem has been growing over the last few years, and I think we're at the cusp of seeing it really blossom.
We witnessed the birth of potential unicorns thanks to the Department of Trade and Industry's initiatives with stakeholders from the private sector.
We'll be working together with Digital Philippines in order for us to support the growth and development of more startups, but in particular, those that are coming from the regions.
We learned that it's not just about unicorns. It's about fostering an environment where innovation thrives.
Philippines could potentially really be a leader in the space, not just because we consume, but we create and we perform.
The CFO Summit unveiled the role of tech in business survival, stressing the need for both technology and education.
A lot of the companies during the pandemic had to rush into digitalization because, as you know, there were lockdowns, and based on the surveys, the 2-year worth of digitalization was done in 2 months. So it's very extraordinary during the time of pandemic.
We need technology, and not only technology, but we need to educate all these financial leaders the value in putting all together, from the banking industry to fintech to what system that do they need to use, and of course bridging the time.
AI was no doubt a buzzword in 2023. We discovered the multifaceted impact of AI on various industries at the Aboitiz AI Summit. But AI is not the only game in town. Before AI took the spotlight, blockchain was already reshaping our world.
AI, which has been around since the 1950s, is here to stay. It's a sector that's developing rapidly. We shouldn't be scared of it. At the same way, we shouldn't be giving AI a free rein either. So I would say look at blockchain as a tool. Blockchain, of course, contains a lot of information. That information can be used by AI and by algorithms and by generative AI models and tools as well. So let's just look at it as another tool.
Blockchain is data. It's a form of data that provides auditability, governance, speaking about risk management and so forth. And AI, what is AI? AI is an extraordinary capability to leverage, use, and extract knowledge out of information, out of data. The two go hand in hand.
The national ID system stirred debates on data privacy, hinting at blockchain as the solution.
For us, I think a very interesting experiment is to start using blockchain for that secure chain of custody for the most sensitive of things, like the elements that make up who you are or who I am, my identity, right? And then where AI comes into that, obviously, is whether your contributions can be scored, right? From a creditworthiness perspective, from a transparency perspective, or perhaps whether we think that's fraudulent, you are not who you claim to be or wish to be.
As the Philippines embraces AI and blockchain, the big question is, what comes next?
I would hope that we can collaborate stronger together and build consortia or groups where we develop something sustainable for our future here in the Philippines.
We sprang into action at the inaugural AIBC Summit in the Philippines, immersing ourselves in the synergy of intelligence and security, brought to us by the dynamic duo AI and blockchain.
We actually had a stellar lineup for speakers for ABC this time. I'm super happy about what happened on stage over the last 2 days. For example, yesterday we had the SEC Commissioner of Philippines doing a keynote speech, sitting on a panel, answering questions from the public and, communicating with people in regards to crypto adoption, digital assets adoption, about the infrastructure for crypto and virtual assets in the country and in Asia globally. That's fantastic.
In a chat with the commissioner, he mentioned that the SEC is embracing innovation, especially blockchain, and they're exploring a confidential project to leverage this technology within the SEC.
There are a lot of blockchains out there. So what is the criteria? What exactly are you looking for in terms of those blockchain companies that you are considering to, partner with?
We need to make sure they're credible, that they can work well with us, and of course, and this shouldn't be forgotten, that their solution is effective.
nChain, a prominent player in the global blockchain space, kicked things up a notch with their blockchain immersion program, teaming up with the government and rolling out engaging workshops to boost the country's digital game.
We just launched nChain Blockchain Immersion Program here in the Philippines. Essentially, our goal there is to create that platform where people can immerse in blockchain technology through various activities. And we are doing roundtable discussions, training and workshops with government agencies here. And the goal there is to really help impart our knowledge as a company.
What these workshops really accomplish is kind of getting everybody onto that same level so that they can begin to work together and be successful in these endeavors, because it's really not just about one particular agency. It's about, making sure that they can all work together in harmony.
Some things I've picked up on is they're very interested to know about any tools we have that might be useful for them to create their own pilot schemes and proof of concepts, but also blockchain platforms like an nChain product called Kenze, a data integrity platform.
nChain's not just dropping knowledge bombs. They're gearing up the Philippines for a blockchain revolution.
There are a lot of educated people here in the Philippines. There are many people trained in ICT, and as soon as people start to understand the technology and implement it, and some of that's going to happen when we start building, then everything will just explode.
nChain has been on a knowledge-sharing spree in the Philippines since the start of the year, kicking things off with the Department of Information and Communications Technology.
We talked about blockchain and we talked about the applications that we were building in Bataan, but we took it to another scale. We talked about the sovereignty of government data. We talked about issues if government used blockchain technology on a large scale.
In my exclusive chat with Stefan, he spilled the beans, revealing an eventful meeting involving a highly significant individual.
Something very interesting happened. You met with the president of the country. Tell us how that went.
I did indeed. I was a guest at the palace. We talked about scalability and replication of solutions on a national level, and we talked about, opinions as to whether things should be driven from one direction or another. But the message I got and the takeout from the discussions is that he's very watchful of what's happening in Bataan, wants to be kept updated, and therefore I think we're obligated to do a good job.
And there's more. nChain partnered with Ateneo de Manila University, signing an MOU to boost blockchain education and support PhD students with grants and patented IP for groundbreaking research.
We'll learn a lot from them on how we can properly implement this technology, on where it works best, and more so their expertise in this field would actually be very helpful for our upcoming researchers that will also go into this technology.
Keeping its promise to boost blockchain education in the Philippines, nChain launched startup incubator program Block Dojo, an initiative not just educating Filipinos about blockchain, but unlocking innovative applications using this tech.
I made a promise And that promise was that we would deliver a Block Dojo incubator to Bataan in the first quarter of next year. Tonight, I keep that promise.
I want people to have a dream, not because other people in Silicon Valley think it's a great idea and that will help advertising, but because you think in your local community you can make money. You can bring back money to your community. You can live where you are. You can stay with your family.
Building a startup is hard. It's risky business, which is exactly why we created the Block Dojo, a 12-week intense in-person incubator program where we select up to 10 early-stage companies with awesome entrepreneurs who want to develop on BSV blockchain and change the world.
We wrapped up the year at the Philippine Blockchain Week, starting with a Metaverse Fashion Gala, featuring the iconic fashion designer Michael Cinco.
Even if Michael is not yet into the blockchain world really, when he understood what NFT means and that the authentication will make a difference in the fashion industry and all of the designs that is unique because of the blockchain, then he's all in now and he's now in the metaverse.
Fashion industry experts weighed in on blockchain.
People have to realize it is complicated. It's not easy to understand, but we need it because the Web3 is going to go there and the blockchain is already here.
The future is something that we cannot fully grasp immediately, but I feel that we need to be aware of where it's going, of how it's going to be. So events like this give us a window of opportunity to be more aware of what can happen in the future so that we're not left behind.
This year's theme, Breakout, captured the organizers' goal.
What do you think has been your biggest achievement here so far and in this year's Philippine Blockchain Week?
It's really getting all the stakeholders in the blockchain ecosystem involved. I think if you compare a lot of the other blockchain weeks around the world, you will see very few involvement from maybe the government sector. It's really a lot of Web3 people getting together. I think we've set the benchmark for really waking up the entire ecosystem.
A senator spoke on stage on day one, fully backing the tech.
Support blockchain. I'm here to whatever you like me to do. To sponsor a bill for you, I'll do it. Because I believe that the world is going digital.
So you believe in the power of blockchain technology and how it can streamline maybe enterprises and
everything.
Government services?
Everything. Ang gobyerno natin masyado pa rin conventional. Parang nasa 1950s pa rin tayo. Manual pa rin. So, nung na-expose tayo dito sa blockchain, this will really help us a lot. Magiging mabilis ang transaction. Alam mo, pag mabilis ang transaction, ibig sabihin there's progress. That's the sign that there is progress. So, pag nagawa natin to, na-adapt ng gobyerno to, maging digital tayo, pati businesses natin.
I had a chat about the mix of rules and innovation in the Philippine blockchain scene with a major player in the game.
I think regulation has been a challenge, I think, for everyone in this space, but I think less so for us, given that we're one of the first licensed VASPs here in the Philippines. And we've been operating, I think, for the last 7 or 8 years now under the direction and regulation of the BSV, which in my mind has been actually one of the more stable and practical regulators for blockchain and for crypto assets here on a global basis.
The event lit up with blockchain and gaming at the Nexus Fan Fair. Streamers, cosplayers, and gamers all under one roof, fueling curiosity and nudging us toward mass blockchain adoption. CoinGeek's Bitcade stole the show, proving blockchain's not just talk, but action, with players diving into the world of digital wallets and nano payments. We got to hear from some awesome speakers who didn't just explain what blockchain is, but also showed us how we can use it for success.
So if you see, nothing here
mentions blockchain. The most important thing is it just works. That's the thing that we were about.
This is about changing our lives and driving the biggest social impact movement of all time.
So what we're doing is we're looking for companies, people who have ideas on how to make blockchain so useful that you don't even need to know that it's blockchain. Right, so that we can make it useful, people can cut through the hype. We incubate idea stage startups who want to use blockchain as a solution to solve whatever problems out there.
Well, it's a very exciting time for the Philippines. Now we are seeing shift towards actual blockchain solutions and how it can impact, how it can benefit the entire government and the entire Philippines. We've seen fintech side really, with their explosion of different products. You see traditional banks opening their digital banks here in the Philippines, using blockchain technology on that sense. And now we have seen also the government really trying to understand the science, the technology behind blockchain. And I think that is very important. And we are in the critical stage because this is where it begins and this is where it's gonna go.
2023 wasn't just about regulators and tech companies. We saw celebrities diving into their own blockchain projects.
Spectrum Sanctuary collection is actually a 5,000-piece NFT collection. We will be releasing the first 1,000 premier collections that will be donated to individuals on the autism spectrum. I've been such an advocate for Web3 adoption, but I've also been such an advocate for autism awareness. It's my lifelong mission because of my two autistic siblings.
We hear a lot about NFTs, about Web3, about the metaverse, but for someone like me who's not really in the space, I want to learn more about it, how we can use it to kind of further, our business as creatives, as individuals. And yeah, I'm just here to kind of absorb all the information today.
The project that I'm currently working on, it's going to be more sports centric, obviously, since I'm still a pro athlete. We are trying to create an ecosystem with Ginebra and to connect our fans, to keep it more engaging through membership, exclusive access, to get perks, to get into the daily lives of myself or training with us for a day at our practice facilities. And all in essence, holding a couple of these digital collectibles that kind of show your fandom with the Ginebra Legion.
I will be the first girl in Asia to launch this whole AI model of myself. I'm super excited. It has a lot of potential. I wanted to use it to be able to help mental health in the Philippines. So I wanted this model to be able to give advice. The profits will go to Mental Health Matters. So it's just gonna fund Mental Health Matters and all its endeavors.
Our coverage also went above and beyond conference rooms, reaching the heart of the local blockchain community, where meetups and socials fueled by nChain became the breeding grounds for new ideas and collaborations. As we say goodbye to 2023, we've witnessed the beginning of Philippines' digital transformation, from the corridors of government agencies to the glitz of metaverse fashion galas. Blockchain has sprinkled its magic, promising a future of innovation. The stories we've shared, the insights we've gained, and the moments we've celebrated have set the stage for an even bigger and better 2024. And let's not forget the trailblazing efforts of nChain in the Philippines. From fostering local talent to driving adoption, we've been on the front lines witnessing the transformative impact of nChain's initiatives and innovations. As the year comes to an end, we look forward to another chapter of exciting discoveries and collaborations. Thanks for joining us on this ride, and here's to a future full of endless possibilities.
Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin wallet, blockchain, stablecoins, MetaNet, the evolution of money. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin today, but what exactly is it? Learn the basics from experts. Learn what Bitcoin is, how it works, and why it matters. Blockchain 101, your ultimate guide to the fundamentals of blockchain.